Welcome to my session on marketing. In today's class, we'll be discussing about GE 9-cell matrix. The GE 9-cell matrix or GE McKinsey matrix was developed in the 1970s after General Electric asked its consultant McKinsey to develop a portfolio management model. It is a strategy tool that provides guidance on how a corporation should prioritize its investments among its business units, leading to three possible scenarios: invest, protect, harvest, or divest. The 9 cells of the GE matrix are grouped on the basis of low to high industry attractiveness and weak to strong business growth. Yellow and red colors. This is also called as a stoplight strategy matrix since it resembles the traffic light colors. Here is a small representation of the GE 9-cell matrix wherein, as I told you in the beginning, the two factors taken into consideration are the industry attractiveness and the competitive strength of business units. Now let's look upon the first factor, which is industry attractiveness. Industry attractiveness is shown on the vertical axis and it indicates how hard or easy it will be for a company to compete in the market and earn profits. The more profitable the industry is, the more attractive it becomes. When evaluating the industry attractiveness, analysts should look on how an industry will change in the long run rather than in the near future, because the investment needed for the product usually require long lasting commitment. Hence, the factors which are taken for measuring industrial attractiveness are as follows: long run growth rate, industry size, industry profitability, industry structure, product life cycle changes, changes in demand, trends of pricing, macro environment factors, seasonality, availability of labor, and market segmentation. The second being the business strength, which is represented in the horizontal axis. Along the x-axis, that is horizontal axis, the matrix measures how strong in terms of competition a particular business unit is against its rival. In other words, managers try to determine whether a business unit has a sustainable competitive advantage or not. The various factors that represents business strength are total loyalty, BRIO resources, your business unit strength in meeting industry's critical success factors, strength of a value chain, level of product differentiation, production flexibility. The two composite values of industry attractiveness and competitive positions are plotted for each strategic business units in a company's portfolio. The figure shows the example of how the various companies' positions, that is, the business units, are plotted in the various cells. The pie chart, that is, the circle, denotes the proportional size of the industry, whereas the dark segment denotes the company's respective market share. The colors which are represented in the matrix are as follows: the green zone, yellow zone, and red zone. Let me first discuss about the green zone, which is the growth zone. Green zone consists of 3 cells in the upper left corner. If your enterprise falls in this zone, you are in a favorable position with relatively attractive growth opportunities. This indicates that a green light to invest in this product or services while you're doing your business. Whereas yellow color, which is the hold zone, consists of 3 diagonal cells from the lower left to the upper right. A position in the yellow zone is viewed as having medium attractiveness. Management must therefore exercise caution while making additional investments in this product or service. Now looking into the red zone, which is the harvest or divest, this consists of 3 cells in the lower right corner. A position in the red zone is not attractive. The suggested strategy is that management should begin to make plans to either exit the industry Limited. I have taken the product lines of Dabur. It consists of various products like hair oils, shampoos, oral care, baby and skincare, and health supplements. Let us see the applicability of this Dabur India's products in the portfolio matrix. So as you can see in this example, I have here plotted the various products of Dabur in the matrix. So here you can see the growth sign is for health supplements, Dabur hair oil and Dabur foods, since these brands are much preferred among the consumers, whereas products like the home care and then fem beauty products and various of the health products are in the yellow zone, wherein they have to proceed with little caution. So they have to think before investing, since it's not that very attractive. It has a moderate attractiveness in the market, whereas the last one, which is the red zone, products like tooth powder, Dabur's tooth powder, the skincare, except Fem, because Fem has got a good number of brand loyal consumers. So except Fem, the other skin ranges, skincare products and Dabur shampoo has a very low attractiveness. So it is good that the company can go in for either divesting or harvesting these brands in its portfolio. Now the major advantages of this particular GE 9 cell matrix is it helps us to prioritize the resources in order to achieve the best return. So you can find out where you can deploy your investments in order to earn profit. Similarly, the second important thing or the advantage would be the performance can run your business. The third advantage is that it gives you a clear understanding of how it is easy in terms of doing your business operations compared to the BCG matrix. And then the fourth important advantage is that it helps us to adopt or improve the performance of our existing business portfolio by venturing into profitable business. The disadvantage is that it requires a consultant or an expert to tell us like what is the industry attractiveness or what is the business unit strength for each of our business positions. So hence it becomes little difficult for us to evaluate the effectiveness of the strategies, and then it is an expensive model to adopt. The third disadvantage would be that it cannot work in harmony between two or more business units. Having seen the GE 9 cell matrix, we are coming to the end of the session. Thank you. Let me meet you with another interesting topic. Thank you.